Welcome along and welcome back to Stone Valley. Today we're headed over to Field 15. We are escorting our 3 potato harvesters over that way. So I want to get Field 15 done today. We know we've got to deliver really to the rest of that. Well, in fact, no. Field 15 needs harvesting in order to complete that. Field 27 is 80% complete because we have harvested it, and Field 7 could very much get started deliveries now if, well, yeah, we must have delivered enough stuff for Field 15. So it's going to be another long one. We've got a lot of potatoes still to harvest, and my car, we've got a mod on here that breaks down. It's a breakdown mod, and you can see we've just hit 50%. So if any of my stuff, any of my equipment drops below 50% maintenance, it can randomly stop. And so that's what's just happened there. Awesome mod for some extra realism, but really confusing when it happens. So like before, what we're going to do is we're going to get the harvesters running on their own around the side of Field 15. I don't think there's any trees around the side of this field, which is really quite useful. So let's hop out and stop this harvester from moving, and then I can get my truck out of the way, and then we'll get the harvesters set up. So I want to get the harvester really going in counterclockwise as we had with the last field. So we will unfold the whole thing and line ourselves up on this corner here. Wait for it to unfold, and then I can start it up and just, well, actually we should be able to get this defined before we do that. So let's come into here, onto this. I need to create job with course play. We are looking to do it with this corner here, with this field position, and we are looking to go right. Yeah, so that wants to be the right one. Let's load the course generator. So as per last time, we've got 10-foot width, 3 multiple tools, 2 headlands. In fact, I'm going to up that because we had issues with it turning last time. So we're going to do 3 headlands this time. Smooth around the corners makes it easier for the harvesters to go around. Counterclockwise, and the racetrack worked the best. So let's generate the course, and hopefully it'll be able to handle this. There we go. And actually, yeah, that's not bad. And I quite like the way it's done it. I was hoping it was going to do it this way. So that works brilliantly. We are going to go right with this. So let's come out of here now that we've generated our course. We can bring it up here. I want to copy this course. We want to go right, and we want to go first waypoint. So where is our first waypoint? It is in this corner. So right, first waypoint, and away. And then, nope, I'm going to back it off a little bit further. I want it to not be doing big circles or anything like that. So it'll just cause issues. So it should just drive straight forwards now. You pull it far enough away from the opening setup and it will go like that. And yeah, why is that going to the right? Okay, it's going to cut in like that. That's fine. Right, let's leave that one going and get the second one set up. So as with the first one, we're going to put this here. We're going to clear the current course on here, copy the other course, put this on center, and set it going from first waypoint. And away it goes. And like the first one, it's going to loop out a little bit and then loop back in, but it should be fine. And then just the third one. And like the other two, we clear the current course, we copy the new one, and this one is going in on the left. And first waypoint, and away it goes. And then, rather smoothly, our free harvesters are away. Fantastic. Now I've got a little bit of potatoes to go and drop off, and then we'll pick up again when we have our first potatoes to unload. It looks like our three harvesters have spaced themselves out quite nicely. It's really good. I'm liking that a lot. And they should have a lot less trouble on this field than we had with the last one. There is a waterway through it. It is going to drop the amount of potatoes we have a bit, but I think that it should still mean that we are okay. So what I'm going to do is just come down and try and keep these as empty as possible. If we can keep all three of these working at this kind of distance, that would be really good. So let's just empty this out. Okay, I think, yeah, you're done. And just keeping and going around the field not only keeps the harvesters going, but keeps us busy as well, which is good. This one, again, this one has a little bit more, but then it's a little bit further into the field. And then finally, we'll move on to the last one and get that one emptied as well. Yeah, there we go. That's empty. And then the last one is going to be a little bit more difficult because it is now going around this waterway. But yeah, there's enough space in it for me to actually get this loaded. So yeah, we'll load these up as well. And look at that, a lot more in here. This may actually give us close to a full trailer just off picking these up, going around the field like this, which is a little bit insane. And yeah, we're at the 78% mark. So that is emptying. That is just doing, yeah, that is empty. Okay, so we'll try and pick each of these up as they come around here. Top this off, and that'll be our first trailer full just from going around. We'll have a few areas to clean up. You can see some bits where they've missed, but in general, this is a really good first load off here, and should keep our harvesters going for a good while. Final harvester coming up beside us now, so we'll just pull in beside this and get it loaded. And yeah, this one should top us off and means all three harvesters are nicely emptied. And we'll keep going for at least as long as it takes us to get this first full trailer off here emptied. So here we go. Let's tip this. And looks like field 27 is now being done as far as the carting goes, which is good because 27 is the one that we know we have a large shortfall on at the moment. 11% transported for 27. So it looks like today we're going to complete the contracts on both field 27 and field 15. Well, hopefully complete the contract on field 27. We don't know if we're going to get enough potatoes off 15 to do it, but we'll see what happens. If we discover at the end of these three contracts that we don't have enough potatoes, then I will add potatoes in to make sure we complete the contracts, because we need to be able to complete contracts, and I don't see it as cheating if I'm adding stuff in, because the map isn't actually letting me do what I'm supposed to be able to do. Our three harvesters though are still just going around very nicely. And yeah, if we can keep them all moving, then that is a massive win, really. So let's pick this one up here and start unloading them again, and keep them going. We're coming up to our third full trailer off this field. In fact, that is our third full trailer off here. And our harvesters are still going great guns. They're very nicely still working their way around. They've got they are missing a few bits around the edge, but then this is the whole thing with using the smooth rather than making it turn. But I had found last time that doing it so that it's a smooth go round keeps the space between the harvesters quite nicely. Otherwise, we just end up with having the harvesters bunching up too much, getting in each other's way. We want to keep this flow going the whole time. So I'm just coming, I'm coming back to the field. I'm immediately emptying harvesters, getting as much as I can off there, and then I shift between the three harvesters, picking up as many potatoes as I can until I get full, and then I'm heading back here, and it seems to be working. I mean, our harvesters haven't stopped yet, and because we're fairly close with where we're delivering this, it seems to be keeping the journey short enough that the harvesters aren't getting too full. I don't think our harvesters getting much more than 70% full. Certainly we've had no indication so far that we have had that we're getting anywhere near 80% full. Now we are 24% transported, so based on that estimate, we're adding about 7% every trip, every full trailer. So that is gonna be 5 3 about 15 trips, I think. We had a little bit left over from the previous field, from field 27 itself. So yeah, with any luck, we might meet what we need for this field. I don't know, but it's certainly the front harvester actually seems to be getting away from the other two harvesters a little bit. You can see the difference in distance now between them. They were spaced out quite nicely, but this harvester is definitely going great guns. I don't know what the hired worker is doing, but they're definitely moving faster than the other two. There is quite a lot of distance between the harvesters now. Those two are coming down the back straight there, and the first harvester is up here. How this is moving so much faster than the other two, I don't know. I think what I might have to do is check exactly what the settings are on their cruise control. If this is set to be a higher cruise control than the other two, then that would make sense. That would absolutely be the cause of this. So once I've got this one emptied, because it's going to be a while before the other two get round this side of the field, I think I'm going to just pop into the harvesters and check. So this harvester here is set to 16 miles an hour. Similarly, this one is set to 16 miles an hour, and our first one is set to 16 miles an hour. This is working at 6. This is working at 5, and this is working at 4. So I can only think that there's some setup that sets these harvesters to work at different amounts, because, or different speeds, and spread out a bit, because yeah, I see no reason why these two harvesters should be working at a slower speed slower speeds than the one ahead of them. That is just really weird. Having the harvester spread out is not good for us. It means that we have to travel further all the time or wait longer to empty, and that does mean that we end up conceivably with a harvester way away on the field that needs more, needs emptying more. Although the one thing I will say is, do you know what? I think I know what it is. It's combine experience. So what's happening is there's a 7% overlap between rows. The trouble is that 7% only applies to the first harvester. So the two behind are then doing a full 100% row to pick up. And it shows by how many more potatoes they have in there. And because they're going through thicker crop compared to the front one, they're going slower thanks to the Combine Experience mod. So that's what it is. The front harvester is moving so much faster because the back two are going through thicker crop than it is because it's got that 7% less crop that it's having to work its way through the whole time. That is really cool. I like that a lot. What I do need to do to fix that though is probably limit on the cruise control the speed that front harvester can go. So in the front harvester, we will just bring this up, stop that. We got a little bit of time, and we'll just take the cruise control down to 5 miles an hour and set that going at nearest waypoint. And that then will just slow this down a little bit and mean that it doesn't get so far ahead of the other two harvesters. Two harvesters, have come to blows. Whoa. This is not good. They were so close, and now, we've got a third one coming as well. Right, let's stop you and see if we can't back you off. We've got the third one coming into this mix in a moment. Yeah. Nearest waypoint. Go. And there we are. And then this one here is clashing with this one. And this one has just completely stopped. So just back it off. And we'll have to back around like this to clear it. So I've managed to basically keep the harvesters fairly clear of each other. But because this one got so far ahead, it ended up just clashing with the other two, which is unfortunate. Start it up. Down, and once we get into the crop here, we'll set it going nearest waypoint, and away it goes. Fantastic, all working again. Our harvesters have started their racetrack cutting now, and in fact the front harvester has ended up getting full. So this is the first time I've managed to not get all of the harvesters emptied. Because of what we were mucking around with and trying to sort things out. So let's just bring this in here. This will give me a fairly full trailer out of here. I think it's like half full from a full tank off one of these harvesters. But I think we'll be all right because the other two I did manage to fully empty on my last run. So with any luck, we'll be able to go down and back without too much issue. There we go, 54%. So yeah, that's quite full. I don't think the trouble is because it's a racetrack and because the auger is in for both harvesters now. It's going to be quite difficult to get them emptied on this row. How are we looking if we jump onto here for how full this is? This is only 40% full, so it's not too bad. We should be able to have it go down this full row here. In fact, they're not going to harvest very much along this row because this is the outer row, and yeah, it's got cleanup to do. The second harvester has now caught up to the first, so I've increased the cruise control on it so that they should now fall back into sequence. This load should put us over 50% delivered for the field. I think it's going to be about 52%. And we're now 90% completed on field 27 and 52% transported. Fantastic. So yeah, and we're 75% of the way through field 15 overall. All great news. Still a little bit worried we're not going to have enough potatoes to complete field 27, but we'll see what happens. The harvesters are doing really nicely though, and we're just got to keep them going. Trying to set myself up at the moment so that I empty the harvesters down this run here. Now with racetrack, emptying the third harvester on the other run isn't a problem, but emptying the first and the second one normally means going into crop, and I'm trying to avoid doing that as much as possible. We don't destroy it in a contract like this, but from a realistic point of view, I want to make sure that we are you know, avoiding the crop as much as we possibly can. This is a very full harvester, this one though, so this might end up slowing us down a little bit. That is empty. Right, let's turn around and go and pick up the next harvester at the top here. And then yeah, we'll just spin round and pick up the third one after that. Don't think we're going to fully empty the third harvester, but we should get a fairly quick full trailer off it. Stay away from the harvester. I don't want to crash into it. There we go. Nice and gentle. Empty it out. And oh yeah, this is a fun way to kart from first person. It really is. And yeah, again, really realistic. Right, that's empty. One more, and yeah, 3 loops around, and we get a full trailer. And it's just kept us going all day. This just continually emptying these 3 harvesters. And it's great. It means that at no point have we had any downtime that we meant we've sat around at all. We've got about, let's have a look here. We've got about 226,000 litres to go here on field 27's delivery. So that's another... Well, 12v3, so just under 6 trailerfuls, including this one. That's not completely out of the realm of possibility, to be honest. There are definitely, well, it's definitely 4 or 5 more on this field. Whether there are the full 6 or 5.5 that we need, I don't know. But it's going to be closer than I expected. We are 65% transported. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. But we need to really get another 6 trailers off here, which would be reasonable. So if we are short at the end and not get 6, then, yeah, that's the point at which we'll look to maybe add a 6th one. Coming to the end of this row with this harvester, and that's the half of this field done. That was emptied there. Does seem to be getting a little bit ahead again, that harvester. I don't quite know why. Again, it's not like it's having an overlap anymore that gives it the extra. But we'll leave that now to cut in over there. Although, I think what it might do now... Yeah, it's going to cut into the middle there. And then the 3 harvesters will work their way through this second batch. This should fill up this trailer, though, off this row here. And, yeah, there's a good... there's a good... 4 or 5 trailers left in this field, as I said, so I'm not completely concerned, but at the same time, this could be closer than I'd like. We have just over 2.5 trailers to go, and I'm slightly worried looking at the setup for this final cut into here. The 3 harvesters at the moment, this should give us another trailer full, so we should be down to 1.5 with this section here to go and the section the other side of the waterway. So as I said before, it's gonna be close. However, the thing that concerns me is that this section here that we're sitting the other side of is more than 3 harvesters wide. And I'm just concerned that what that means is a possible clash. Although, well, no, because the harvester is wider than the header. So, yeah, we're going to have to keep a close eye on that, because I think we may end up with a harvester clash and may need to micromanage them a little bit. But we'll see what happens. I want to make sure we're out of the way of the harvester so that it can come in and easily get this. But yeah, 2.5 trailers left. We're going to get a trailer off here because these harvesters are fairly full at the moment. So I'm expecting them to fill this trailer on this run. But yeah, looks like we might have a little bit of an issue on the return leg here, with the first harvester possibly clashing with the last one. In fact, no, I think we're going to be all right. I think we might be all right. I don't know. We'll see where we get to. Our first harvester is coming to the end of the row now as I travel along here with harvester 3 trying to top this up. And where is he going? Oh, so it's running down the far edge there where there's not actually any crops. So yeah, we'll be fine. This is not going to have an issue. It's going to run down there, down the field like that, and then come and do this last section. That actually is pretty perfect. I don't quite know what that harvester is doing though. Where are you off to? Okay, I don't know where that was reversing up to, but sorted it out, got it back on track, and everything's good again. So we're going to go and tip this, and then we just got to hope we've got a trailer and a half left in this field. If it's within half a trailer, so if we get a full trailer off this, and we need half a trailer, I think what we'll do is we'll continue on to field 7 next time, and we will see exactly how much overflow there is from that with the small amount from the waterway on this one. I think we should be okay, and overall everything will even out. This is gonna be very close. We are up to 96% in this trailer. I want to grab one more load. We've got a load of cleaning up around the field to do, but yeah, there's still a little bit more. I did clean up around the end bit in front of us. I had one of the harvesters taking a lot less time to go around the field. The third harvester was taking less time to go around the field than the other 2, and so I cleaned up that bit while I had the opportunity. Right, we are within 1 trailer of completing the contracts on both 15 and 27. I think we don't need to add any cropping, which is really good. I'm really pleased about that it's evened out and we don't have to add anything in to compensate. Does go to show on here, if you pick your contracts carefully, although one may not complete on its own, if you pick the right ones together, you will come out on top. Yes, you might have slightly less crop overall than you normally would on the contracts, but yeah, you should be all right. You should come out okay. Either way I look at it, I think we're going to have enough excess from field 7 based on this to complete all 3 contracts, even if we don't quite make it off field 15. I think as I said, I think we're going to be incredibly close. We need about 20,000, somewhere between 20 and 26,000 liters left off this field. And yeah, I think our harvesters will probably be able to do most of the rest of this field, and we'll see exactly where we are once they have. Contract on field 15 is done. So we've harvested enough of this field in order to complete this contract. We are still a good... Well, we need to average 4,000 liters per harvester in order to complete this and make sure we get... well, complete field 27 on. We are 99% of the way there. Try to tell which harvester is which at the moment. I think harvester 3 is coming around for its final row now. Oh, no, it's second to last row now, and then that's harvester 1 up the top end of the field. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my tractor and trailer up here, and what we're going to do is just park this here. We'll then take each harvester off the end of the row here when it's almost complete, and then go and empty it into the trailer one by one and see how much they make. This is exciting. I think we might actually manage to do this, and before we've even started field 7, in which case field 7 is going to be a really good field. It means we're going to get some excess from it if this works out. So yeah, let's see how it goes. So first harvester is actually pretty awesome. That's 9,081 liters. That is almost halfway to our total required. That's huge. If we get that, that's going to put us a good... Well, it's going to put us nearly 10,000 liters towards the next field, which is, yeah, absolutely astounding. So we'll fold this one up. We'll go park this on the road. I'm going to use harvester 3 to go and clean up the field. So we'll see where we are with that when that reaches the end. But harvester 1, you are done. So fold you in and we'll turn you off. Harvester 2. Let's see what you've got. So you have 10,000 liters. Wow. 10,055 liters in harvester 2. So we've made it. We have enough potatoes to complete the contract on field 27. That is absolutely fantastic. And while this is emptying, let's just go check on harvester 3, which we could actually go and drive around the field. And yeah, that's got another 8,357 in it before we go and do the cleanup. So let's go do the cleanup and see what the total in this harvester ends up being. Well, it was definitely worth popping around the field to see what we could gather from the bits that were missed, because we are up to 13,500 off the rest of the field. So let's get this unloading into our trailer. And yeah, that is huge. And that off. What are we left with? We are at 30,000, over 30,000 liters. Look at that. 33,136 is amazing. I don't know why my chainsaw keeps coming out. There we go, though. So we'll park these up here. We're going to be heading over to field 7, which is over that way. I think. At some point. Yeah, field 7 is over that way. Like that. So, yeah, we'll be doing that in the near future. For now, though, we're just going to go and tip this trailer and get this complete. I think all of our harvesters are going to need a top-up of fuel. And, yeah, we're going to need to do some work with the cows next time as well, because our cow feed is getting fairly low. So there's going to be a little bit of cow work to do going into October. But we should clear off the job in field 7 fairly easily next time. Both field 15 and field 27 are going to be complete today, which is brilliant. And yeah, I might do things a little bit differently because field 7 is in 2 halves, one much larger and one much smaller part. So we might divide it into 2 and send one of our harvesters to go and do the smaller bit. For now, though, let's tip this up and see how much this does. That is field 27 complete. And we are into 1% on field 7. 4%, in fact, transported for field 7. Absolutely fantastic. And if we take a look at our contracts, yeah, we've got 2 completed contracts. And then finally, field 7, we've delivered 21,000 litres for it. We're going to deliver about 10 trailers worth. So, yeah, it's going to be a much smaller contract compared to the other 2. But, yeah, that should be easy enough to knock out next time, which is brilliant. So, there we go. It's 5:15 in the afternoon. It is time to head back to the farm. So for now, all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.